What's going on, guys? It's gonna be a quick video. I diagnosed this car. Problem was the door actuator is not work. Actually, none of them work. Whether you use that or not doesn't make a difference. But you hear the clicking inside of here under the dash. I don't know if you can pick it up. Listen to it. So looks like the MICU, which is the computer, I think the body module or something like that, but basically controls everything about the door locks. It's working, the relay is clicking. Well, it doesn't mean it's necessarily, but I checked it. I already diagnosed this car maybe a week ago, and I told the customer to order this part from online. This is the original Honda part, which is the whole assembly, door lock actuator assembly. So we're getting ready to pop this this panel off and trying to do this job quickly here, and then I'll give you a shot once we put it on to make sure this is working now. Maybe I'll go through the diagnosis after that when I'm done to show you how to test it if you have a similar issue. Alright guys, so actually a bit different from what I'm used to, especially on the Toyotas. A little bit more involved. You got this cable coming from, normally on the Toyota you will have one of these forks, or you will have two of them. One will go to, I guess, the locking part. The other one will be go into the handle part. This one you only have one of them. The other one is this cable that turns into this, whatever that is. So you gotta basically flare out. You got some tabs on either side of it. You gotta flare out the tabs and pull up the white part, and then it'll come off. All right, this is the old one. The old one comes with this cover. It goes kind of like that on top of it. The new one doesn't have it, so don't get confused when you see them. You're like, hey, wait a minute, now this is a different part. No, it's not. So we're probably gonna have to reuse this cover. Now these are the two cables we're gonna have to unhook from here and just put right there. Man, I give it a shot. So we're gonna take these two cables from here. We're gonna transfer them right there, and then after that, put the cover back on right here. I mean, not right here, right here. And then trying to fit it back into the car. Hopefully everything works fine. So I'll update you. All right, so this is assembled now. Really not a big deal. I mean, just the first time situation, you always have to kind of figure things out. All right, now I'm gonna have to put that cable again right in here. There's an orientation. I think it's a little bit, I'm not sure if the orientation is the same from the new to the old one. Actually, I'm gonna check that. Actually, it's the same. So he's facing down, like a vertical position, the slot. Same thing here, so no problem there. Let me go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna slide this assembly back inside there, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, so we finished the installation. Had a little bit of issue with the door cylinder, like from the outside where the key goes. That cylinder is attached to that cable, the one that I showed you, the bolts in the back of the door lock actuator goes right here. That cable, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's not turning. It's completely kind of frozen in there, and because of that, anytime I installed this and I was getting ready to push this button to open it up, it wouldn't open. It's like something has tension on it. So I went a couple of times trying to figure out what it was, and I started to disconnect things, by basically process of elimination. And then I realized that was the problem. I mean, I know initially that the key wouldn't turn that cylinder. So she told me she never used the key per se. I mean, I'm talking about, like, to actually use the key, not the fob. And that wasn't the case for a long time. So most likely that cylinder, door lock cylinder, will have to be replaced alongside the cable. Maybe not. Maybe just the door lock cylinder will be enough. I'm not sure how that mechanism works. I've never actually worked on this particular system like this before. On this like this particular repair I've never done. But what I have done, basically, I have just basically left it unplugged. I did not connect that side of it to here, and now I'm able to open and close properly, as you see. Now then I open, close, open, and then the same thing works with the key fob. You got. But right now you can use a key fob when the door is open, but you can see that you can hear it right there. So Just a FYI, if you run into the same problem where this, locking button seems like it's under tension, it won't allow you to unlock it by pushing it in. Most likely that's probably going to be one of your issues there. So just make sure you check that out. Again, I want to show you how to test this system if you have this issue. In my situation, like I told you before, I could hear the MICU because I looked at the diagram and I see how it's working. So there's a computer, MICU it's called. I think it's in the fuse box. It is the inside fuse box. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. And basically, command is being sent through that by the switch, and then feeds the door lock actuator, open or close. It has a relay. So when I go ahead and try to actuate it from this, I can hear the relay clicking. When I hear the relay clicking, normally what I tell myself is, this is good, because I hear the reaction, right? Action, reaction. So the reaction, which is the relay, that doesn't mean that this actually relay is sending voltage there, because the relay can be clicking and not making good contact. We know that. In such case, I'm not sure if this is serviceable or not, if it's on the outside or not, but it's very cumbersome to go down there. Anyway, long story short, what you want to do is, when you come out here, I'm talking about for the driver's side. Again, this is only applicable to the driver's side. You're going to see a orange wire and a white wire. And I'm talking about the smallest ones. There's 4 very small wires. A white, then you got the yellow, then you got I'm not sure what the color is, and then you got the orange wire. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in there. So the orange wire and the yellow wire are going to be your powers and ground going to this actuator right here, driver side door lock actuator. So you want to test for power and ground, and if it is there, you want to also actuate it using that and checking for power and ground on those 2 wires, the orange wire and the yellow wire. And if you have power and ground as you actuate it and they are steady, you have no dropouts, most probably you're going to have a damage or defective door lock actuator. You can do the same test by removing the door panel and going straight to the door actuator in case you have a broken wire in between. But in most cases, if this door has never been messed with, most likely those wires are intact inside of it, and you're just dealing with a door lock actuator that's failing, because this is a high failure item, as I'm told. Again, the part, even though it's an original part from Honda, costs barely about $50. It tells you something about, yeah. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer any questions that you have to the best of my ability. All right, guys.